Hey guys! So today I was drawing something for the fanfiction I'm currently writing, and I thought, why not share this with you? So here's the speed drawing and an exclusive audiobook experience for my fanfiction. If you want me to read the whole story once I finish it, just let me know. You can find a link to the story in the description below. Title: We're All Gonna Die. Author and reader Potter Princess. Summary: No one would have guessed that the Dark Lord could ever return. 25 years of peace were not much. 25 years in which Harry Potter's children grew up to become the new heroes to save the world once again. Years in which Hogwarts and the world changed and everyone just tries to be themselves. But are they good? Are the next generation the heroes or the villains? Not really Roman's thought. I spoiled you in the text with some pairings I intend to do, but the main focus of the story is that the Dark Lord returns. Story is told from the point of view of many people of the next generation, also some original characters. Notes from author: The story is mainly Harry Potter. All the characters mentioned in the books belong to J.K. Rowling, as well as the places and everything else you know from there. Everything you don't know from Harry Potter is mine, except for the concept of elemental magic, especially with chaos magic, which will play a huge role in the story later on, and I've got this from Cassandra Clare's and Holly Black's Magisterium series. I hope you enjoy anyway. This story is my baby. Also, I'm not a native English speaker and don't have a beta reader so far. Wouldn't mind if you want to beta read the thought, so please let me know all the mistakes that I can improve my English and the story. Thank you! Chapter 1. Prologue. It was dark that night, and quiet, even more dark and more quiet than usual. And the small town, Ottery St. Catchpole, seemed left alone in the world. No sound, no sign of life, nothing indicating that barely 1 hour was gone since the streets were filled with life. The houses filled with laughter, children playing, parents laughing, people living. From afar you couldn't see the horrors of this particular night. You couldn't see the dead bodies in the kitchen right next to the remaining food the families had for supper. Even from near they seemed oddly peaceful, like sleeping. The bodies unharmed, no blood, nothing that indicated murder. But it was impossible for a whole town to die in one night. It was impossible if you tried to explain it with logic, with natural death. But it wasn't impossible with magic. The person who brought all this terror to the town was standing on a hill next to it. Not too far, still near enough to see that there once been a town, even in the dark night, even with all the lights in the town turned off. A creepy smile started to spread on the dark red lips, like blood. The blood of all the dead people in the dead town. Mosmart. The words seemed out of place, as if they didn't belong here, in a world without sound, a world where even animals disappeared. A world in which hundreds of people just died. A cruel world. But then again, those words were cruel words. Not spoken for over 25 years, not since the Second War, not since the battle at Hogwarts, not since the Dark Lord died. And yet, there they were. A tall figure in a dark cloak, with lips like blood, spoke them. Said them out loud like a promise to the world, and it said, the Dark Lord is back. The Dark Lord killed those people. The Dark Lord is about to kill you all. Green light emerged from the tip of a wand, spreading across the meadow beyond the hill where the person was standing, finding its way up into the night sky, glowing poisonous about the town, the dark mark, a glittering green skull with a snake protruding from its mouth. Even the figure shivered with the sight of it in the dark and cold night. The dark mark was a symbol of fear, a symbol for death, a symbol for chaos. And even thought the person casting it left her old life behind her a long time ago. She still remembered how scared she had been as a child. Now she wasn't scared anymore, not really. She was anticipating, waiting for the moment to come and rise, for the moment to rule. Chapter 1. The boys and girls in the clique, the awful names that they stick, you're never gonna fit in much, kid. Teenagers, My Chemical Romance. Lily Luna Potter. It was the heat of the moment, telling me what your heart meant, the heat of the moment showed in your eyes. A Muggle song woke her this morning, the morning of September the 1st in 2021. Her 14th birthday, the day when she finally would return to Hogwarts for her 3rd year. Shut the music, she murmured, still half asleep. Someone laughed, others were talking, but Lily Luna Potter always seemed good in ignoring other people, when she really wanted to. She drifted back to sleep, when all of a sudden some people started to sing. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday. The youngest Potter finally made herself to open her eyes. Even thought she hated her birthday, hated everything about it. She knew her family loved birthdays in every way possible. At least, her parents did. Lily wasn't sure about her brothers. When she sat up, she was finally able to see who else was in the room with her. Her mom, Ginny Potter, was carrying a cage with an owl. Her dad was standing next to her, grinning happily, and her brothers, James and Albus, stood behind them, both holding a small parcel in their hands. Lily forced herself to smile. It wasn't fair that she didn't like her birthday, not since she turned 11, the year she was supposed to go to Hogwarts, but couldn't, because first she had to finish Muggle school. The year she spent at home, alone. Even thought her parents had promised her she could go, she would go. And when she finally was allowed to attend Hogwarts, she was already 1 year older than everyone else. Not really, thought. There were a few kids whose birthdays were barely 1 or 2 months after Lily's, but it didn't change a thing. She would always be the one who couldn't celebrate because it was the first day at Hogwarts, and who was going to celebrate at that day? When her family finished singing, Lily got up to blow out the candles of the cake her dad was carrying. Out of habit, she closed her eyes and made a wish. What did you wish for? Her mom asked, smiling. I'm not supposed to tell. She basically had to force herself to smile and not make it sound angry. Is the owl really for me? Of course, her mom laughed. The owl was pitch black, like Lily's hair. To be fair, Lily's hair wasn't always black. She dyed it during the summer, because she was so sick of everyone thinking she was a Weasley. It didn't matter that her mom used to be a Weasley, or technically still was. Lily was a Potter, and she hated it when people assumed that she was just another Weasley. She is beautiful. Is it a she? What's her name? Lily managed to sound happy. She even convinced herself. But then again, she always had wished for an owl, so it wasn't that hard to seem lucky. He has no name yet, her dad said, putting the cake on the desk next to Lily's bed. Lily looked at the owl. He seemed oddly out of place in the Potter's household. He was too dark, black. Not a single feather was a lighter color. And he seemed grim, a bit angry, as if he hated the world. Lily wasn't sure why her parents chose this owl. Did they want to mock her? Or didn't they see how fitting it was, the dark owl for their dark daughter? Tenebris, Lily said. It was cliché and she knew it, but she couldn't care less. It's Latin for darkness. I hope you liked it, and tell me in the comments what you think, please. I see you next time. Bye!